Hello, fellow manga fans. Today we'll look at a dark but intriguing story called Zombie Fight. Don't let the art style discourage you. The story is bananas. The plot begins with a young boy completing a class assignment. He must tell the entire class about his family, but his family's situation is dire. His father is an alcoholic who beats him when he becomes heavily intoxicated. He believes he cannot tell anyone because his father will beat him again. When asked what is the most difficult thing for him right now, he says family. A boy next to him thinks this is strange and asks for more details. Ian apologizes and claims to have made a mistake. He believes that this should be kept private, so he writes about what he sees other happy families doing. While lying about his situation, he is reminded of his terrible father. He has a strong will and tells everyone about his wonderful day at the amusement park on his birthday. That did not happen because his father passed out drunk. But at least we know why he's in this condition now. His wife abandoned him after Ian was born. At the very least, he is not a complete jerk. Nonetheless, he is not any less guilty. In school, the boy continues to tell everyone how happy he is. He breaks down, and this is the last day he will be showing emotions for many years. After several years, we see Ian at a university acceptance interview. He has worked hard and even won awards, but his average grades are below the minimum. He claims to be a hard worker who simply began later than everyone else. He persuades them and is accepted. This deeply affects him. Finally, his efforts are paying off and good things are happening in his life. He has a great job and was accepted to university. He's upbeat until he gets home. Then the truth of the situation emerges. He notices two men threatening his father with a kitchen knife. They are debt collectors. In addition to his drinking problem, his father began gambling. They punch him and promise to return next month for the money they are owed. On their way out, one of the debt collectors slapped Ian with a warning not to end up like his father. His father recommends that his son looks for work. Ian examines his tuition bill. It is 300 million won. He worries that happiness can only be experienced if you have money. He is impoverished, and this is an impassable barrier he will never be able to overcome. He has trouble sleeping because of his anxiety. He works hard and should be exhausted. But, by some miracle, he can continue. He believes that God has cursed him. He should be collapsing by now. But no, he must endure this hell forever. He receives an email from the university. Today's freshman orientation has ended. Ian didn't go. He was working on a building site. He examines his bank statement. It's still not enough, but his first class at the university is tomorrow, and he has to go. He will find time after morning deliveries, but he must return to work directly afterward. Ian must suppress his emotions to complete this demanding schedule. He loses track of time and walks for a long time. When Ian returns his focus to his thoughts, he witnesses a man being brutally punched in the face. He has no idea how he got here or why they're fighting. He notices a group of men betting on the outcome of the fight. One of them asks who he is and does he want to fight. But before Ian can respond, he throws a bunch of money in his face and makes an offer. All of the money on the ground will be his if he wins the next fight. Ian is puzzled, but he has never come close to earning this much money. A random wealthy man entices him and tells him that this is a great opportunity for him. He even gives him a newcomer bonus just for trying. Ian remains silent as he stares at a stack of cash in his hands. In a flashback, his boss has just cut his salary. He accepts the deal and takes part in the fight. There are no rules and the round lasts 5 minutes. After explaining the rules, the other guy immediately throws a punch, which Ian manages to escape. The guy in the yellow shirt lands a high kick. The rich man restates that there are no rules here. As a result, he must fight with all he has. The man next to him, someone who appears to be a regular at this fight club, believes that ordinary civilians should not be fighting there. The rich man asserts that he chose to participate and that the consequences are his responsibility. Ian does not fight back after the yellow shirt guy lands a barrage of hits. He keeps his guard up so he doesn't get hurt, but he doesn't fight back. Everyone is betting against him. He won't last 5 minutes like this. His opponent decides to launch an attack. There is no difference for him if he does not fight. He, too, wants to win, which is why he needs a knockout. He grabs Ian by the back of the head and kicks him in the head. This has little effect on Ian. He's a tough guy after receiving multiple beatings at home from his drunk father over the years. We see a flashback. Ian is a child in the hospital. He suffers from a medical condition. He has no appetite and doesn't feel any pain. He's lost a lot of his sensory nerves. The doctor has no idea why, but his condition is treatable if he comes in for regular checkups and receives treatment. His father wants to know about the cost of all this. They are not covered by health insurance. He becomes enraged and shouts in the hospital after explaining. He blames doctors for not treating him since he collapsed and needs help. Another flashback shows Ian hearing his classmates refer to him as an unemotional robot. He is in a concealer room and lies about his circumstances. When asked how he distresses, he says he plays video games and hangs out with his friends. We return to the present, where a powerful punch to the gut awakens him from these memories. The veteran fighter wishes to stop them, but the wealthy man forbids him. It'll be over soon enough. Everyone is surprised that despite a serious hit to the chin, he does not fall. This is due to his medical condition. The rich man claims that if he does not fall, there will be no winner and no one will receive the prize money. The yellow-shirted man is enraged. At this rate, they'll be broke and beaten. He attacks, and Ian avoids. He has changed his mind and now wishes to receive the prize money. The yellow shit guy takes a severe blow to the head and collapses. Everyone is going insane over this unexpected victory. Many of them lost money by betting against him. Even the rich man thought he wouldn't make it to the end. He notices Ian picking up prize money from the ground and approaches him to ask his name. He compliments him on his toughness as a fighter. He wants to know how he came across this location. This is a very remote area with few people passing through. Ian responds that he frequently wanders around and that this is nothing new to him. After his knockout, the yellow-shirted man awakens. He says Ian is an outsider and this win did not count. He is enraged and grabs a metal pipe. He tries to hit him in the face while Ian isn't looking, but the blue shirt guy stops him. He punches his face so hard that the concrete beneath him is broken. He's enraged. This fighter has already received 2 warnings and will not receive a third. The wealthy man hands Ian a phone and invites him to the next match. They will notify him once the fights are scheduled. The veteran fighter asks if Ian has previously competed in these fights. He seems strong and can take a serious beating. Ian responds that he is just a student and has never done anything like this before. Ian claims he happened upon this location by chance. He warns him, these fights are dangerous and participants may be killed. Everyone initially joins for the money, but they quickly realize that money isn't everything. There are also a lot of dirty fighters, worse than a guy wearing a yellow shirt. He should not try to find them if he is a normal college student. Ian walks into the convenience store, says nothing, grabs a 6-pack of clean water, pays the cashier, and walks out before she has a chance to say anything. His father is furious at Ian's late arrival home. He blames him for not keeping the house clean. Ian gives his father all the money since he asked to help the family. He enters his empty room. The house is finally quiet for the first time in ages. He enjoys a brief moment of silence when his phone receives a notification. He has a night job and college classes in the morning. He leaves for work. It is the following day. 2 college girls are chatting. They are ecstatic because they will be able to meet new classmates now that everyone has arrived. A man in front of them claims that one person did not attend both orientation and meetings. Blonde asks who he is. However, no one knows. Everyone suddenly is interested in him. The girl in the corner knows him. His name, she says, is Ian. It's the girl from the convenience store. Her given name is Sion. She attended the same high school as Ian. They swarm around her. There will be a gathering later that evening, and she can invite him because they know each other. I don't think he'll come, she says. Students ask why and she replies, he's just like that. He appears to be uninterested in anything. Meanwhile, Ian receives a call from his boss at work. He announces that he has the day off. His car broke down, so they'll have to reschedule. The supervisor wishes him luck with his studies and then hangs up the phone. At work, a guy yells at him. Their team leader stole all of their money and fled. None of the construction workers guys receive any wages right now, but he refuses to cut Ian's. He responds that he is a young man who has just begun his life. Why would he want to continue living if he is being tricked from the start? He's too soft, according to a coworker. However, the manager responds that they must quickly find a new deal. The day's classes come to an end, and Ian is confronted by the group that was interested in him. The man introduces himself as Gunsu, and he is invited to the party. Ian says he doesn't want to go and doesn't have any money. Gunsu is resolute. He should at least come for a meal. They persuade him to accompany them. Hana, one of the group members, sends Sian a photo. They're bragging about getting Ian to accompany them. The restaurant is packed with first years and upperclassmen. Ian requests a bowl of rice. Hana approaches Ian and offers him alcohol. Instantly he remembers his drunken father and declines the drink. An upperclassman is irritated on the other side of the table. He wonders why he is even here. This is a place where you can drink and get to know everyone. After that, he fills his glass. Ian is curious. He wants to know how alcohol can turn his father into such a beast. He beat him while drunk, and the next day he had no recollection of doing so. He believes that by drinking, he will be able to better understand his father's actions. It's disgusting. The odor of alcohol that his father emits when he hits him is beginning to linger on Ian. Another bottle is ordered by upperclassmen. Everyone notices how aggressive he is. After a while, the upperclassman is wasted. Ian is sober. The alcohol does not affect him other than to bring back painful childhood memories. He decides to leave. Upperclassmen approach him and try to force him to sit down. He is irritated that Ian is ignoring him and yells at him. This reminds him of his father and Ian zones out. He grabs the upperclassman and throws him to the ground with brute force. Everyone at the party is astounded. Ian loses control of himself and punches him in the face. He is thinking about his father and asks if hitting people after drinking makes him feel better. Ian strikes him again, and no one can stop him. Let's leave this story there for the time being. If you want to see part 2, subscribe. That's all for now. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.